Welcome, friend. In a world full of noise, may this moment be your gentle pause. Today, we'll explore a teaching that invites stillness, clarity, and inner peace. Our journey today is into the heart of our connections with others. We will walk a path lit by ancient wisdom, learning how our words can become a source of profound healing. Have you ever felt the sting of a harsh word, a word that lingered long after it was spoken? Or have you felt the warmth of a sincere compliment, a word that lifted your spirit for days? Words are like seeds. Some grow into thorns that wound and separate us. Others blossom into flowers that nourish and connect us. This power resides in each of us, every single day. Many of us carry regrets about things we have said in a moment of anger or pain. We wish we could take them back, to erase the hurt they caused. But what if we could learn to speak in a way that prevents this hurt from the start? In Buddhism, there is a beautiful practice that addresses this directly. It is a way of communicating that heals, not harms. It is called I-Ngu, or, as we will explore it today, the practice of loving speech. This practice is a gentle invitation to transform our relationships, one conversation at a time. It is the art of speaking from a place of compassion and understanding. May our time together be a balm for your heart, and may you find a new sense of peace in the way you connect with the world. Let us begin. So what is loving speech? The Pali term is piyavakana, and it means much more than just using pleasant words. It is speech that flows from a heart filled with kindness, what the teachings call metta. It is not about flattery or saying what others want to hear. True loving speech has three qualities. It is truthful, it is pleasant to hear, and most importantly, it is beneficial. Think of it as a gift. When we speak, we are offering something to another person. Is the gift we are offering one of peace or one of turmoil? Is it a gift of clarity or one of confusion? The Buddha taught that our words can be a source of immense happiness or immense suffering. An unkind word can feel like a wound, leaving a scar on the heart that is slow to heal. Conversely, a word spoken with genuine care can be a medicine. It can soothe anxiety, mend broken trust, and remind someone of their own worth. This is the incredible power of loving speech. This practice is not about suppressing our feelings. It is about transforming them. It asks us to pause, to look deeply into our own heart before we speak. We learn to ask ourselves, are my words coming from a place of peace? Will what I say bring more peace to this person and to myself? This simple pause can change everything. The intention behind loving speech is not to win an argument or to prove a point. The intention is to connect, to understand, and to heal. It is a form of love in action. It is the bridge that allows our heart to speak directly to another's heart, bypassing the noise of ego and defensiveness. It creates a space of safety and trust. When we practice loving speech, we are not only offering a gift to others, we are also healing ourselves. We are watering the seeds of peace and compassion within our own consciousness. This practice is the foundation for building relationships that are resilient, authentic, and deeply nourishing. It is the language of the soul. May you feel the beautiful potential of your own words, and may you recognize their power to bring light into the world. To help us practice, the Buddha offered clear guidance. This guidance comes in the form of the 4 elements of right speech, which are the very heart of loving speech. Let us explore them together. The first element is speaking the truth. This seems simple, but it goes deeper than just not telling lies. It is about speaking with authenticity and sincerity. The teachings say, what he thinks, he speaks. What he speaks, he thinks. There is no division between our inner world and our outer expression. This integrity builds trust. It also means seeing things as they are, without the distortion of our fears or judgments. We learn to speak our truth with kindness, not with brutality. Sometimes the truth can be difficult to hear, but when it is offered with a heart of love, it can be a liberating gift, freeing ourselves and others from illusion. Before you speak, you can ask yourself, is what I am about to say true? Is it spoken from a place of clarity and honesty within me? Practicing truthful speech helps us to become more trustworthy, more grounded, and more at peace with ourselves. It aligns our words with our deepest values. May your words be a reflection of the beautiful truth that resides within your heart. The second element is to refrain from divisive speech. This is about using our words to unite, not to separate. It is the practice of building harmony. This means we avoid gossip, slander, or any words that might create suspicion or hatred between people. We do not carry tales from one person to another to cause trouble. Instead, the teachings encourage us to do the opposite. When we see people in conflict, we use our words to help them understand each other, to reconcile, and to restore peace. We become a force for healing in our community. Our words become a balm that soothes conflict and reminds people of their shared humanity. Think about the conversations you have. Do your words build bridges, or do they build walls? This awareness is the first step towards change. When you speak of others, speak of their good qualities. When you see division, offer words of understanding and empathy. Be an agent of peace. This practice protects our own heart from negativity and fills our relationships with a sense of safety and mutual respect. It is a profound act of kindness. May your words be a source of harmony, weaving threads of connection wherever you go. The third element of loving speech is to avoid harsh language. This means speaking with gentleness, with words that are, as the texts say, soothing to the ear and affectionate. Harsh words, insults, yelling, and sarcasm are like sharp stones. They may be thrown quickly, but they can cause deep and lasting wounds. Gentle speech, on the other hand, is like a soft rain on dry earth. It softens the ground of the heart, allowing new understanding to grow. This does not mean we cannot express disagreement or set boundaries. It is about how we do it. We can be firm and clear while still being kind. The choice of our tone of voice is just as important as the choice of our words. A kind word spoken with a harsh tone is no longer a kind word. Practicing gentle speech requires mindfulness. It asks us to notice the anger or irritation rising within us and to choose not to let it poison our words. This practice can transform the atmosphere of a home or a workplace. It replaces tension with ease and fear with safety. It is a gift of peace to everyone around us. May your words be a gentle refuge for those who hear them, a soft place for their hearts to rest. The fourth and final element is to speak words that are meaningful and useful. This is the practice of avoiding idle chatter and speaking with purpose. So much of our speech can be frivolous, a way to fill silence. This practice encourages us to value that silence and to speak only when our words can offer something of value. Are my words helpful? Will they lead to insight, to peace, to understanding? Or are they just noise, adding to the confusion of the world? Meaningful speech can be a word of encouragement to someone who is struggling. It can be a question that helps someone see their situation in a new light. It can be sharing a teaching that brings comfort. This practice also involves knowing the right time to speak. Sometimes the most loving and meaningful thing we can offer is not words, but our silent, compassionate presence. By choosing our words carefully, we honor the time and attention of others. We make our interactions more profound and less superficial. This doesn't mean we can never be lighthearted or joyful. Joyful and uplifting words are deeply meaningful. It is about the intention to bring benefit and not harm. May your words be like well-chosen food, nourishing the minds and hearts of all who receive them. Understanding these four elements is the first step. The next and most vital step is to bring them into our daily lives. How do we practice loving speech with our family, our friends, and our colleagues? The foundation of loving speech is always loving listening or deep listening. We cannot speak with understanding if we have not first listened with compassion. When someone is speaking to you, try to listen with your whole being. Listen not just to their words, but to the feelings behind their words. Listen to what is not being said. Listen without preparing your reply. Listen without judging, just listen, with the simple intention to offer the other person a space where they can be heard. When it is your turn to speak, begin by acknowledging what you heard. Something as simple as, "I hear that you are feeling hurt," can transform the entire conversation. It shows you are truly present. In moments of conflict, try to use I statements instead of you statements. Instead of saying, "You always make me angry," you might say, "I feel hurt when this happens." This shift is not just a technique, it is a profound change of heart. It takes ownership of our feelings instead of blaming others, which opens the door for real communication. With family, where patterns are deep-seated, this practice requires patience. Start small. Choose one interaction a day where you will be extra mindful of your words. Offer a sincere word of appreciation. Apologize for a small mistake. Ask a question about their day and listen to the answer with your full attention. These small acts build a new foundation of love. At work, loving speech can prevent misunderstandings and build a more supportive environment. Instead of criticizing, offer constructive and helpful feedback privately. Celebrate the successes of your colleagues. Speak words that build the team up, creating a culture of trust rather than competition. Your words have the power to shape this culture. And do not forget to practice loving speech with yourself. How do you speak to yourself in your own mind? Is your inner voice kind and encouraging, or is it harsh and critical? Turn the 4 elements inward. Speak truthfully to yourself about your feelings. Unite the different parts of yourself. Be gentle with your perceived flaws, and offer yourself meaningful encouragement. This is a lifelong practice. There will be times when we forget, when we fall back into old habits. In those moments, the most important thing is to be kind to ourselves. We simply notice our mistake without judgment, and we begin again. Every moment is a new opportunity to plant a seed of loving speech. May you have the courage and patience to practice, to transform your words into a source of healing for yourself and for everyone you meet. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The healing of a relationship begins with a single word spoken from the heart. I invite you today to practice one small act of loving speech. Think of one person in your life. What is one truthful, kind, unifying, and meaningful thing you could say to them? It could be a text message, a phone call, or a face-to-face conversation. Let your words be a simple offering of love. You may be surprised at the warmth it creates. Remember that every word matters. Every conversation is an opportunity. We have the power to co-create a more compassionate world, starting right here, right now, with our own voices. Let us carry this intention with us, to be a source of peace and understanding in a world that so deeply needs it. Thank you for being here. If this teaching brought you calm or insight, consider sharing it with one person or many. May you walk gently today with peace in your heart. Until next time.